You have a college degree, you have digital skills, you understand AI, maybe you even know how to code, you did everything you were told to do, so why can't you find a job? If that question feels painfully familiar, you're not alone. Right now, in October of 2025, millions of recent Gen Z graduates across the world are staring at this exact paradox. Armed with more education and technological fluency than any generation in history, yet facing staggering rates of unemployment and underemployment. The media narrative is easy, it's lazy. They'll tell you Gen Z is entitled, that they lack motivation, that they just don't want to work. But that's not the real story. The truth is you haven't failed the system. The system has failed you. You're not caught in a downturn, you're caught in a paradigm shift. This isn't about trying harder, it's about a perfect storm of three massive interconnected forces that have broken the old rules of work. In this episode, we're going to dissect that storm. We'll expose the three-headed monster that's really behind your job search frustration. And most importantly, we'll give you a new playbook, a new mindset to not just survive, but to hack this new reality. And if you're tired of the same old career advice, make sure you subscribe to GenShift for tools that actually work in the world of tomorrow. One, the three-headed monster. The real reasons you can't find a job. The feeling is universal. You polish your resume, write a killer cover letter, hit apply, and your application vanishes into a digital black hole. No response, no feedback, just silence. This isn't a personal rejection, it's a systemic reality. To understand why, we need to look at the three forces colliding to create this crisis. The first head of the monster is the automation of opportunity. The rise of AI has been framed as a simple equation. Some jobs will be lost, but more will be created. And on the surface, that's true. The World Economic Forum projected that while AI would displace 85 million jobs by 2025, it would also create 97 million new ones. But this net positive number hides a brutal truth for anyone starting their career. The jobs being eliminated are the very entry-level roles that once served as the first rung on the career ladder. Since January 2024, global job postings for roles requiring 0 to 2 years of experience have plummeted by an average of 29 percentage points. That includes a 35% drop in junior tech roles and a 24% decline in finance. Tasks that once filled the days of a junior employee, data entry, basic customer service, report generation, are now being automated with terrifying efficiency. Up to 70% of customer inquiries in major industries are now handled without any human intervention. This has created a new AI-driven experience paradox. You can't get a job without experience, but the jobs that once gave you that experience no longer exist. The second force is the great devaluation of the degree. For decades, the promise was simple. Go to college, get a degree, and you'll get a good job. But that promise has been broken. Since 1998, the cost of a college education in the US has exploded by 188%, a rate nearly 8 times faster than the 26% growth in wages. You're paying a premium price for a product whose market value is in freefall. In the second quarter of 2025, the underemployment rate for recent college graduates was over 41%. That means nearly half of graduates are working jobs that don't even require the degree they went into debt for. Why? Because there is a massive disconnect between what universities teach and what the modern economy needs. Less than half of employers believe Gen Z graduates have the advanced digital skills required for the job. In fact, a 2025 report found that while employers rank job-specific technical skills as their top priority, educators prioritize soft skills like critical thinking, creating a curriculum-to-workplace chasm. Your degree is no longer a VIP pass to a specific career. It's an expensive general admission ticket to a stadium where all the good seats are already taken. The third force is the great expectation mismatch. This isn't about avocado toast. It's about a fundamental culture clash. Data from Deloitte's 2025 survey shows that only 6% of Gen Z see reaching a senior leadership position as their primary career goal. Instead, your generation prioritizes work-life balance, continuous learning, and a sense of purpose. But many employers still operating on an old model see this differently. A staggering 3 in 4 managers report that Gen Z is the most challenging generation to work with, citing a perceived lack of effort and motivation. This isn't a character flaw, it's a clash of social contracts. The old contract was loyalty in exchange for stability, but Gen Z, having witnessed recessions and mass layoffs, knows that loyalty is a one-way street. The new contract you're demanding is one of flexibility, growth, and respect for well-being in exchange for your skills and engagement. You're not rejecting work, you're rejecting an outdated, broken model of it. These three forces, AI eating the entry level, an overpriced and outdated education, and a culture clash of expectations, have created a career maze that feels impossible to navigate. But what if the goal isn't to find the old path, but to draw a new map entirely? 2. The new playbook, how career fluency wins the game. The old advice is useless. Pound the pavement. Just work harder. Pay your dues. This advice comes from a world that no longer exists. To win a new game, you need a new playbook, and the core strategy in that playbook is a concept called career fluency. Career fluency is more than just a set of skills, it's a mindset. It's the ability to adapt, learn, and pivot continuously. Treating your career not as a fixed destination, but as a dynamic language you must constantly practice to stay fluent in. It's the practical application of what psychologists call a high adaptability quotient, or AQ, the capacity to thrive in ambiguous and uncertain environments. In a world where the education system will always lag behind the speed of industry, career fluency is the individual-level solution to that systemic problem. It shifts the responsibility for being job-ready from a one-time event called graduation to a lifelong self-directed process. This new playbook has 3 core rules. First, you must learn to see AI as a partner, not a replacement. While AI is eliminating repetitive tasks, it's also creating powerful tools for personal growth. 75% of Gen Z already using AI to learn new skills are the pioneers of this new reality. You can use AI as a career co-pilot to explore potential career paths, to identify the exact keywords your resume needs to beat the automated screening bots, and even to run mock interviews to prepare for the real thing. But this requires a new meta skill, judgment. Over-reliance on AI can lead to generic applications that scream, "I didn't try," and AI models can even hallucinate or fabricate details that could embarrass you in an interview. The most valuable skill in the AI era is knowing when to use it, how to prompt it, and how to critically evaluate and personalize its output. Your human creativity and strategic oversight are what turn a simple tool into a powerful ally. The second rule is to build a portfolio, not a career ladder. The linear path of climbing a corporate ladder is an artifact of the 20th century. The 21st century model is the T-shaped professional, someone with deep expertise in one core area, represented by the vertical bar of the T, but also a broad set of cross-disciplinary skills like communication, collaboration, and strategic thinking, represented by the horizontal bar. The practical way to become T-shaped is by building a portfolio career. This means cultivating multiple streams of experience and income, perhaps a part-time job, freelance projects, a consulting gig, or a personal passion project. This model is the ultimate defense against the three-headed monster. It diversifies your income so automation in one area doesn't wipe you out. It values demonstrated skill over credentials, making your devalued degree less of a liability. And it provides the exact autonomy, purpose, and flexibility your generation is searching for. The third rule is to adopt a skill tree mindset. If you've ever played a video game, you know the concept of a skill tree. You start with basic abilities, and as you gain experience, you invest points to unlock new, more powerful ones. This is the perfect metaphor for modern career development. Your degree gave you the starting stats, but now it's up to you to consciously and continuously invest in new skills. Every online course you take, every freelance project you complete, every new software you master is another point invested in your skill tree, unlocking new branches and new opportunities. This isn't about aimless learning, it's about strategically building a unique skill stack that makes you resilient, adaptable, and uniquely valuable in a market that is constantly changing. The game is rigged, but with career fluency, you can learn to rig it back in your favor. 3. Hacking the system. Your action plan for 2025. So how do you put career fluency into practice? It's not just a theory, it's an action plan. Here's a clear 3-step process you can start today to hack the job market of 2025. Now, step 1 is to audit and augment. You can't navigate a new territory without a map, and the first map you need is of yourself. A personal skills audit involves taking a brutally honest inventory of what you can actually do. Divide a page into 3 columns: hard skills like Python, Adobe Premiere, or financial modeling, soft skills like communication, teamwork, or problem solving, and tangible experiences like projects, internships, or volunteer work. Now, compare your list to what the market actually wants. The World Economic Forum's 2025 Skills Outlook highlights analytical thinking, creativity, resilience, and AI, and big data literacy as the most in-demand skills. Where are your gaps? This isn't a moment for despair, it's a moment for strategy. Your audit gives you a targeted learning plan. Augment your skill set by filling those gaps with online courses, certifications, or a small freelance project that forces you to learn. This is your first step in building your skill tree. Step 2 is to build a portfolio, not just a resume. A resume is a list of ingredients. A portfolio is the finished meal. In a world flooded with AI-generated resumes, a compelling online portfolio is your single greatest advantage because it provides tangible proof of your abilities. This isn't just for designers or artists. If you're in marketing, showcase a campaign you worked on. In finance, create a dashboard visualizing a complex data set. In project management, detail a project from start to finish, including the challenges in your solutions. Your portfolio is where you tell your story. Use a clean website builder, include high-quality visuals, and for each project, write a short narrative. What was the problem? What was your process, and what was the result? Crucially, let your personality show. Gen Z values authenticity over a polished corporate facade. Your portfolio is your personal brand headquarters. It's where you stop telling people what you can do and start showing them. Step 3 is to network with intention. The word networking often feels transactional and fake. But the data shows that despite being digital natives, 91% of Gen Z workers feel that technology has actually made them more isolated, and they crave genuine in-person connections for career growth. The hack is to reframe networking from "what can you do for me?" to "what can I learn from you?" The most powerful tool for this is the informational interview. Identify people who have jobs you find interesting and reach out with a simple, respectful request for 15 minutes of their time to hear about their journey. This is not asking for a job, it's asking for a story. It builds genuine connections, gives you invaluable insider knowledge, and expands your network organically. Every conversation is a new node in your professional graph, a new source of opportunity that you will never find by blindly clicking apply online. This 3-step cycle, audit, build, connect, is the engine of career fluency. It's a proactive, empowering loop that puts you back in control. The future of work won't be about finding a job, it will be about creating your own value. Those who embrace this new model will find a world of opportunity. Those who cling to the old resume and apply method will remain stuck, wondering why the world passed them by. Conclusion. Let's be clear. Getting a job right now is harder than it has been for a generation. The anxiety and frustration you feel are real and they are valid. But it is crucial to understand that this is a systemic challenge, not a personal failure. The game has changed, and the old rules no longer apply. You are not lazy or incompetent. You are a generation caught between a broken educational model and a radically new world of work. But knowing this is your power. Instead of getting stuck in frustration, you can adapt. The solution isn't to complain about the broken ladder, it's to build your own portfolio of skills, projects, and connections. Career fluency is your greatest tool, your superpower in this new economy. It's the key to turning anxiety into agency and hacking a system that wasn't built for you. In the comments below, tell us the single biggest challenge you're facing in your job search right now. Let's build a community that shares real solutions. And for more insights to help you navigate the future of work, make sure you subscribe to GenShift.